Hello, good afternoon. It's 1 p.m. West African time. My name is Victor, and I'm glad to have you on today's webinar where we will be discussing unleashing the potentials of Amazon Pinpoint. If you can hear me, kindly use the reaction button just somewhere on your screen to validate that you can hear me. I am keeping a eye on that. I want to be sure you all can hear me while we proceed. All right, great. Thank you very much for joining us. It's 1 p.m. West African time. And like I said, I'm glad to have you on this call. We are instructed. It would be taking us through the value points of unleashing the potentials of Amazon Pinpoint. Um, we would just proceed on to the next slide, please. And just to give me a moment, there seems to be a delay on the technical flow. All right. Today's session is being recorded and snippets of it will be uploaded on our social media channels. During the course of this call, you can ask questions. We encourage you to use the Q&A session to ask questions, and we would attend to the questions during the presentation or after the presentation. Just a quick introduction of Secure Intelligence Limited. SEAL teams are solution builders. We apply technology to drive effectiveness, agility, and growth for businesses. We are positioned to help you scale on a global level. How do we achieve that? We achieve that by the activation of our value chain, which includes the global mindset, multi-cloud competency, our agile spirit, and our growth mindset. Without further ado, I would introduce the speaker for today, a cloud engineer, Oluwamuyiwa. Good afternoon, Muyiwa. Kindly confirm you can hear me.
Good afternoon, Victor. I can hear you.
Over to you, please.
Yeah, thank you very much for the warm introduction, Victor. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Oluwamuyiwa. I work with Secure Intelligence Limited as a cloud engineer. It's a privilege to be here today to preach the gospel of Amazon Pinpoint to us. Just before I dive into my presentation, I would love to know if we've heard about AWS or we know what cloud computing entails. If you've heard about AWS or you know what cloud computing entails, kindly give me a thumbs up. You can do that via the interaction button on your screen. Okay, looking at the feedback on my screen, I can conclude that I come to the conclusion that a significant number of us knows what AWS is, and we understand what cloud computing entails. So today we'll be looking at Amazon Pinpoint. We'll be having a comprehensive overview of what Amazon Pinpoint is. We'll also be unveiling the strengths of Amazon Pinpoint, how it stands out from its competitors out there, and then we'll be doing a short demo of Amazon Pinpoint. I'll be doing that via AWS console. Next slide, please. Yeah. So just to ensure a seamless transmission of today's webinar, I would like to turn off my video due to bandwidth issues before I proceed. So what is Amazon Pinpoint? Amazon Pinpoint is a highly scalable and fully managed user engagement platform on AWS that allows companies, businesses, small and medium scale enterprises to communicate with their customers via multiple channels. These channels could be emails, it could be SMS, it could be push notifications or in-app messages on mobile devices. It could even be voice messages to your clients or to your customer. So basically, Amazon Pinpoint helps you understand your user behavior, to define which group of your users or your customers that you want to target, determine which type of messages you would like to send to them, and also schedule the best time to deliver these messages to them. And you can even go as far as tracking how they interact with these messages and campaign. Just before I go to the next slide where we'll be talking about the key terms in Amazon Pinpoint, I would like to inform you that a link will be shared in the chat box during the course of this webinar, where it's a Calendly link where you can have a free one-on-one consultation with our in-house team here at Secure Intelligence Limited. At Secure Intelligence Limited, bring your dreams to reality. So if you have an idea, you want us to make use of Amazon Pinpoint as a service to drive up user engagement, or you have a particular product that you love to build, you want us to provide services for that, you can register via that link and get a free one-on-one consultation with our in-house team. So without wasting much of our time, for us to be able to understand this particular terms very well, I'm going to be using a mock use case scenario just to throw more insight. So a company had reached out to us at Secure Intelligence Limited. They have a product that they want to introduce into the market, and they want their existing customers to have a sneak preview of that product. It's a drink, and they want us to run a campaign for them, and that campaign should come at minimum cost. So we've been tasked to run a campaign for them, to reach out to their existing customers and run a campaign telling them about the new products. So the first thing on our list here is a segment. So a segment is a group of your customers or users that share the same attributes. So let's say you have an application, you have a web application of that particular solution, you have the mobile application for mobile users for that particular solution, and then you want to reach out to your mobile users via their mobile devices. You could create a segment of those of your users that make use of your mobile apps, and because they share the same attributes. So in this our use case, we are going to be creating a segment of existing customers, because the company has stated earlier on that they only want customers that are already onboarded on their platform. So we are going to create a segment of existing customers. Next on the list is a channel. So basically, a channel represents the medium through which you reach out to your users or to your customers. It could come, just like I said earlier on, it could be via email, it could be via text messages, it could be via push notifications or voice messages. Next on the list is endpoints. And endpoints represent the destination where you reach out to your clients. So it could be on their mobile device, it could be in their email address, it could be via their phone number. Next slide, please. So next on the list of key terms in Amazon Pinpoint that we are supposed to be aware of is a campaign. So a campaign is a one chapter in your user journey, your platform. It involves sending out messages to clients or customers. It could be via multiple channels at once, or it could be via a single channel. And so basically a collection of all these messages that serve the same goal is what is called a campaign. And over the course of today's demo, we are going to be running two campaigns. The first campaign is a message that we're going to send out to the existing customers, telling them about the new products. They will have a link where they can click and have a sneak preview of the new product. The second campaign is we are going to send a message to a subset of the existing customers, where we are going to tell them to go to the company's depot across the country. They can pick up the product at the company's depot across the country. So last on the list of key terms in Amazon Pinpoint is a journey. So a journey is total experience that a user gets on your platform. So basically, it involves multiple touch points and interactions. It's more or less like a collection of all the campaigns that you run during your user journey. So let's say you have a client that's just registered on your platform. You could run a campaign to send them a welcome message after they validated their email address. You could, after like an hour, send them another campaign telling them how to go about their way on your platform. You could also send them after like a day. You could send them different offers that comes with making use of your platform. So for our use case today, we are going to be running two campaigns. Like I said earlier on, the campaign where existing customers can see a link to preview the new products, and also a campaign where based on the interactions that we got from the other campaign. If you've been able to open the previous mail, we are going to send you a subsequent mail, or we are going to run a subsequent campaign telling you that you can go ahead to the company's depot across the country to pick up the product. So on our next slide, I will be talking about the benefit that comes with using Amazon Pinpoint. So how does Amazon Pinpoint stand out from its competitors out there? Right before I go into this, if you can still hear me, kindly indicate by giving me a thumbs up. Anybody hear me? Okay, thank you very much for that feedback. So we are all aware that Amazon Pinpoint is not the only user engagement platform out there. There are a good number of other products out there that does something similar to this, but there are peculiar features or functionalities that come with Amazon Pinpoint that stands it out from its competitors out there. So first on the list is consolidation of customers' communication channels. Let's say you want to run a campaign, and then you want to reach out to your customers via multiple channels. You have to start looking for a different platform for SMS, look for another platform for email, look for another platform for push notifications to your users on your mobile devices. Where Amazon Pinpoint stands out here is that you have a consolidation of, you have all those services in one singular platform, and that's great. You can also integrate Amazon Pinpoint with AWS, other AWS services. As we all know, AWS has over 100 of services. And as I've highlighted here on our screen, Amazon Personalizer, Amazon SageMaker as services, and machine learning services on AWS. So I'm just going to give a use case scenario to explain this better. Let's say you have an e-commerce website. We all know that when we go online to get stuff, there are some of these products that we like them, or we add them to our cart, and we don't buy them at that very moment. So we in-house here at Secure Intelligence, we have machine learning engineers, data engineers that could run machine learning models, feed it with data based on if your previous customers had liked this particular product, what other product do they tend to buy. So you can reach out to this customer that has added this particular product to their cart, and reach out to them via Amazon Pinpoint, telling them that they have a product in their cart. They can go ahead and make payment for it. And you can also recommend other products based on what you've gotten from your models in your machine learning services. So Amazon Pinpoint can be integrated with several AWS services. Next on the list, you can integrate Amazon Pinpoint with third-party applications for transactional messages, for your REST API or software development kits. This is huge for developers because it supports over 11 languages. Amazon Pinpoint is reliable, it's scalable. You can send unlimited number of messages. We all know that Amazon is a company, the cloud platform runs, they have geographical regions across the world, availability zones, and data centers that are all connected together. So it will be hard for Amazon to shut down. So we can be rest assured that whatever we are doing on Amazon Pinpoint, there's resiliency in it. Just like most AWS services, Amazon Pinpoint operates the pay-as-you-go pricing system. You only pay for what you use, and this stands out from its top competitors out there, because if you look at them, most of them, what they do is that they do subscription-based approach, where you pay for subscription, and then there are two ways to it. If you don't need the subscription, you definitely have wasted some money, because what you paid for, you don't even need to use as much as that. And if you've exceeded what your subscription criteria is, you definitely need to increase. You need to go higher to a higher subscription plan, and that comes with at which cost. So Amazon Pinpoint stands out here because you only pay for what you use. Like I said earlier on, we have engineers in-house, professionals in-house, certified maintenance in-house that can run a lot of services for our clients. We run a lot of services for our clients. You can do a lot of comprehensive analytics reporting based on how your users engage with your how they engage with your campaign and your messages. And we in-house here, we can do some analysis for you, give you feedback that you can use at the top level in your company, maybe for policy decision or for decision making, or also to aid improvement in turnover at your end as a company. Amazon, one of the key six pillars in AWS architected framework is what's called security. So using Amazon Pinpoint, Amazon as a platform does not joke with security. We here at Secure Intelligence Limited, we also do not joke with security. So you can be rest assured that if you are using Amazon Pinpoint and we are involved, the security of whatever you are doing on Amazon Pinpoint can be assured. Lastly, on this list is the ease of use part of things. Amazon Pinpoint is easy for us to use because we are professionals. We know how to go about it. We can quickly set up your campaigns so that you can, as fast as possible, reach out to your clients. Next, for next slide, I will be taking us through pricing on Amazon Pinpoint and how we can take advantage of all these prices to drive up user engagement in our company. So just like I stated earlier on, there's a link that will be shared in the chat box where you can have a one-on-one conversation with our in-house team. It's a free Calendly link. You can register for that, and then you get to meet professionals across board, bring your ideas, whatever it is that you want us to do for you, systems, infrastructural development, whatever. We have professionals across board that can definitely bring those dreams to life. So kindly look out for the link in your chat box and So as I was saying, we all know that as businesses or organizations, one of the major things we try to do is that we try to reduce costs while we maximize profits. We are definitely in business because we want to impact lives, we want to provide services, but then we want to reduce our running costs and maximize profits. So Amazon Pinpoint stands out here because it has a robust free tier plan monthly. It has a monthly free tier plan. You pay $0 for the first 5,000 endpoints in your MTA, which is your monthly targeted audience. You also pay $0 for the first 1 million push notifications you send out to mobile devices. And you can even track as much as 100 million. You can track as much as 100 million events for free within the free tier plan, the monthly free tier plan. Subsequently, after the free tier plan, you pay $1 per 1 million push notifications after you've exhausted your free tier plan, which to me, which you pay $1 per 10,000 emails, which automatically means if you are sending out 100,000 emails, you are paying just $10 for that, which is a lot. Prices varies across channels though. Pricing for push notification is different from pricing for email messages and SMS messages. So I included this so that we'll be aware of that. And for events that are collected based on interactions from your clients in regarding to your campaign, you also pay for these events that are collected. So basically, Amazon Pinpoint like I said earlier on, is a pay-as-you-go pricing platform. It has a robust free tier plan, and it's very cheap to use. Over here at CIL, when building for our clients, one thing we try to put into consideration is cost. We don't joke with security, but we also put into consideration cost. So I'll be taking us through the demo. This is the end of my presentation. Based on the slides, I'll be walking us through a demo now on AWS platform. So thank you very much, Victor. I would love to share my screen from this end. Kindly confirm if you can see my screen. Okay. So this is AWS console. Can you see my screen? Kindly give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen, because I was just checking through the chat box. Okay, thank you very much for that feedback. So this is AWS console. Just like we stated earlier on, we have a use case here where a company has reached out to us at Secure Intelligence Limited that they would love to reach out to their existing customers about a particular product they want to introduce into the market, and we have to run a campaign for that. So I'm going to search for Amazon Pinpoint. Then we are going to create a project for this. Please note that we won't be able to go into a lot of specific because there's a lot of technicalities that comes with using all these services. Just try to create a short demo where we can just see for ourselves how Amazon Pinpoint operates. So I created a project called FMCOG Products. Yeah, so this is the product. You can create a project. I've created a project for this particular product since we'll be running a campaign for the company. And if you remember, one of the specifics that was given to us by the company is that we should create, they want this campaign to only be for their existing customers. That is their priority. So I've imported a segment here. You remember from our definition of segment earlier on, it's a collection of your users that share the same attributes. I've imported a segment here that for this particular import, we only have one particular user who is going to stand as an existing customer. We're only doing this for this is just a demo, so we won't be adding more than one user for this. So you can either import a segment or you build a segment. If you are building a segment, you have to set it based on rules. Maybe you are saying that, okay, you have this number of users based on people that frequently come to your website. These are people you want to run this campaign to. But then if you know the particular people you want to target, like you have the list of it, you can import a segment. And that's what I've just done here. So I've imported a segment. Then I'm also going to create a message template that's going to be in each of our campaign. The first message is the exclusive preview template. The exclusive preview template. And over here, I've written a template where the customer who is in our segment, the existing customer who is in our segment is reached out to telling the customer about the Feta medium-sized drink, which is the new product. Feta big-sized drink, which is the new product, and the link that the customer can use to access to have a sneak preview of the product. So that's the first message that is going to come in the campaign. The second message which is a follow-up. Like I said earlier on, the journey involves multiple interactions. So we are going to have a user journey here, and based on the first campaign where we have sent out a link to them for them to have a sneak preview of what this product is, we are going to be sending a follow-up email to those people who have interacted with that particular email we are sending out. For those that have opened it, we are going to be sending out this subsequent email to them, telling them that they can go ahead to the company's depots across the country to pick up their drink. So once we are done with creating our message template, I went back to the project. We're going to start a user journey. So I'm going to create a journey here. I'm going to give it webinar 2024. And just like if we remember, the first criteria, the first specifics that was given to us by the company was that they want their existing customers to be the ones that will be involved in this particular journey or campaigns. So we've already imported a segment of the existing customer where we had a particular endpoint and email address of an existing customer. So I'm going to click on this. So there are different features or functionalities that comes with this. You can decide to add to this particular segment over time. But for the purpose of this webinar, I'm just going to stick to never. You could give it a description. It's an optional step. If you see here, we have one endpoint, just like I've rightly stated, we only have one endpoint in our segment. I'm going to save that. Then I'm going to click on the send email message. These we are going to be sending out our first campaign. So we're going to choose an email template. And remember, the first email we are sending out is an exclusive, is a link showing them the exclusive preview of the latest product. Choose the template, use this current version. You can preview the message. This is going to drop in their email inbox. Then I'm going to use my name as a sender. Put a description which is optional. I'm going to save it. So now, based on the interactions that we get from this campaign, I'm going to put a condition here. It's a yes or no condition. So if it's going to be an event condition, because based on this campaign, I'm going to put an event condition. And then the condition is that if they successfully open this particular message campaign, they should these subsequent steps of action should happen. So for the condition to be triggered, you have to also put the functionality if you want this particular event to be triggered immediately. You want the evaluation to be done immediately. You want it to be done after. If you are working in a live production environment, obviously you are going to be doing maybe after. You're going to set a period of hours, maybe after you sent out that first campaign, maybe 2 hours after. If they've opened their email address, do this. If they've not opened their email address, did not open that campaign, do this. Or you can also schedule a time that maybe after so number of days on so dates, you can send the subsequent campaign to them based on their actions regarding this the previous campaign. For this, for us to be able to see the second email, the second campaign, for us to be able to trigger the second campaign, I'm going to evaluate this immediately. You can also put a description for this, and then you save this. So for this, if our clients or our customers have been able to engage on this particular campaign, we are going to send them an email. We're going to choose an email template. So I'm still going to send them the first email because they've not opened it. I'm still going to choose that and send to them. You can also preview it like rightly showed up there. I'll put my name as the sender for this. You can put a description just like I stated. The description is optional though. We're going to save that. I'm going to add this, the other condition that if they are not able to open this particular campaign, which is what's going to happen here, because immediately this campaign drops in their inbox, it's going to evaluate immediately based on the condition we've stated here. And this next message, the follow-up campaign, telling them that they can go ahead to add the company's depot to pick the product is going to be triggered. So I'm going to use my name as the sender. And I'm going to save this. So let me just run us through what I've just done here. The company had reached out to us. They said they want to introduce a new product to the market and we should send out campaigns to their existing customers. Well, I didn't show us the technicalities behind creating all this because it involves a lot of expertise. But then I'd already created an endpoint, a segment that has just a particular existing user. There's a campaign here telling the clients or the customer about the new product and a link where you can have a sneak preview of it. And then there's a condition here that evaluates if he or she has opened this particular mail. If he or she has opened it, we are going to run another campaign. If he or she has not opened it or clicked on that link, we are going to run this particular campaign. And based on the condition we are putting here that this the evaluation should be done immediately, we are expecting that we are going to get this follow-up campaign. So once I'm done, I'm going to review this. As you can see on the console here, our journey does not have any issue. I'm going to click on next and I'm going to mark as reviewed. Then I'm going to publish this. So while waiting for, there's a timer here that is going to count down. While waiting for the timer to count down, if you have any questions that you would like to ask me, you can drop it in the chat box and try as much as possible to answer as many questions as I can. Or you can also, there are also other members of the team on the call that are here to also answer those questions. So if you have a question for me, you can drop it on the chat box. And earlier on, I stated that we have a Calendly link that's been shared in the chat box. I'm sure by now that will be shared in the chat box. You can click on that link and have a one-on-one conversations with our team. We have a team of experts here at Secure Intelligence Limited, ranging from ranging from machine learning services. We have data engineers, cloud engineers, professionals that can bring your dreams or your solutions to life. So kindly make use of that opportunity to click the link, book a session with us. It comes at no cost. Click the link because we would like to talk to you and know how we can help you. So at this moment, while the timer is counting down, I will be handing over to Victor to take over this aspect of the demo. Thank you very much. Over, Victor.
Thank you very much, Muiwa. So we go back to our screen and we go back to sharing the slides. Let's get it up, please, and take questions while we keep a watch on the countdown happening. So this is the point where we want to ask questions. Please, if you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask the questions. Just use the Q&A session on your screen, and we will take your questions accordingly. We will take your questions accordingly. Right, me, what there's a question here, and that question is: would Amazon Pinpoint save me costs when I implement it for my organization? Do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Thank you very much for that question. If you can scroll down, can you please scroll to the pricing tab? Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. So yeah, this works. So like I said earlier on, when I was talking about the benefits of Amazon Pinpoint, I had said that most of Amazon Pinpoint competitors are out there. A lot of them, what they make use of, what they run is what they call a subscription plan, and the pain that comes with subscription plan is that you could subscribe for a plan and you do not even exhaust that plan in a month. So let's say you subscribe for a monthly plan and then you do not exhaust in a month. That means you've wasted money. And let's say you even subscribe for a monthly plan and then there's a need for more use of engaging your customers or running campaigns. You need to go for a bigger plan, which comes at which cost. So AWS, just like all AWS services, virtually all AWS services, Amazon Pinpoint operates a pay-as-you-go pricing. And one benefit that comes with Amazon Pinpoint is that with AWS as a whole, Amazon Pinpoint as a whole is it's free tier plan. Like I said, you can see it on the screen. You only pay $0 for the first 5,000 endpoints in your tier. If 1 million, you pay $0 for the first 1 million push notifications that you send to your client's mobile device. So let's say you have a mobile app and you want to reach out to your clients and via push notifications, sending 1 million of that, you're already doing that at a very low cost. Then if you want to, so after the free tier plan, you want to send as much as 100,000 email, you only pay as much as just $10, which is good comparing it to its competitors out there. So when making use of the cloud, Amazon Pinpoint comes with a lot of benefits. But one thing I can assure you about is that the pricing on Amazon Pinpoint, looking at its competitors out there, it's very, very cheap to them. You will definitely save money. And then when you engage professionals like us that try to build resilient applications or run programs that comes at minimal cost, you can be rest assured that you will definitely save cost on the part of your company. So I don't know if I've been able to answer that question.
Okay, very well. I believe you have. Thanks for re-emphasizing on this point. Another question here for you is just a moment. Just a moment, trying to get the question together. Okay, so the question here is it safe to say Amazon Pinpoint is a data analytics tool?
Okay. Amazon Pinpoint basically is a user engagement tool. You use it to run campaigns, to drive your market, to achieve your marketing targets and goals. But because it's built on AWS, AWS has built it in a way that you can integrate it with several of their services. AWS has 100 services, like I said earlier, on their analytics tools, their analysis tools, their machine learning services on AWS. So you can make use of Amazon Pinpoint while integrating it to all these tools to make informed decisions. based on you can track how your user engages with your campaign and all that. So it's not an analytic tool, but you can incorporate analysis and analytics into it. And that's what we do here at CIL Secure Intelligence. We have data analytics engineers, we have data engineers that can do all these, incorporate all these services into Amazon Pinpoint, and then you can take back all these feedbacks to your maybe your board meetings where you make decisions on how to drive up growth.
Oh, interesting. It's not an analytics tool, but it performs those duties. That's a summary of that question, I believe. All right, let me take a look if there are still questions. Please let's ask our questions one more time. Just
sorry.
to
Apologies, do you
please go ahead, Moiwa.
Yeah, so our timer is done counting. I would like to share my screen so
please
that
go ahead and do that.
And show them the email I got from Johnny. Can you see my screen? Kindly indicate if you can see my screen by giving me a thumbs up. Okay, so this is, if you remember, the first campaign we ran was sending out this particular mail to their existing customers with a link for them to have a sneak preview of what the new product is, which is the Freighter big size. That came in, and if you remember, we had a condition where we said if this email address is not opened, if this email is not opened, send the subsequent mail. And we had to evaluate immediately so that we can see that in real time. And immediately this dropped and we did not open the mail. The subsequent campaign came in. So basically, we've been able to see how we can use Amazon Pinpoint to reach out to our customers. We could have waited maybe for like an hour before we send out the subsequent email. Maybe after tracking if they've opened their email address and all that, we've done some analysis behind the scene. We could have waited maybe for days before we send out the subsequent mail to them. So I think that's all for today on my own part. At this point, I'll be handing over to Victor to take over.
Awesome. That happened like magic. It was so seamless and voila, we got a result. Thank you very much for walking us through the process of how we can automate our processes and get a free flow of events. It's been a worthy time of learning it's been a worthy time learning what Amazon Pinpoint can do for our organizations. And I also like the fact while you were talking earlier on, you told us about the package that has come at no cost, how that we can have an opportunity to speak to consultants, perhaps representatives. I just realized my video was not on all along. I hope it is now. How we can speak to representatives and get to learn more about what we can do on Amazon Pinpoint with your organization and learning through that. Thank you very much for walking us through those major value points. I'm still keeping an eye for questions, and I would want to ask again if the link to booking the consultation call can be dropped once again. In secure intelligence, there are a number of things we can do for you, and trust me, one of them is we would take away the burden of the plenty manual process that you experience away from your table. Now, while we gradually round up this session, I want you to use the Q&A session to just drop in your takeaway from today's session. What is that one thing that stood out for you while Muyiwa was talking through the various points on Amazon Pinpoint? I want to keep an eye and see the first two persons who would respond with their takeaway from today's session. You never can say what would come after that. So who is, please feel free, don't shy away from sharing your takeaway from today's session. Okay, so I'm seeing one here, and is key. Very, very true, very true. Automation is key, and it can be very seamless, and it doesn't cost you a lot. I believe you had Muiwa emphasize on the pricing model and how AWS operates on the pay-as-you-go model. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts with us once again, Muiwa. And for everyone who has attended today's webinar, we say a big thank you. We gradually will draw the curtain on today's call. Till we come your way again, do not hesitate to take advantage of the link that has been dropped where you can jump on calls with representatives and they would walk you through the process and what you can start to gain from it. Thank you very much. Pinpoint is very cheap, cost effective, and profitable for any business size. Oh yes, very, very profitable. You just captured that again, Augustine. So we come your way again. Stay digital learning, embrace digital services that comes your way, and have a seamless workflow, and keep your hands on the tools you can. Feel free to reach out to us. Check us out on our website. Engage us on our social media platforms. We would be glad to walk you through various services as you would deem fit. So we'll come your way next time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.